The captain accused of sinking a giant cruise ship in which 32 people died is blaming one of his crew members for that deadly collision. The captain on trial for manslaughter and abandoning the ship. Today he testified that he ordered the crewmen to steer the ship one way, but that the guy reacted slowly, then went the wrong way. Otherwise, the captain said the Costa Concordia would have stopped and not crashed into a reef. Teams just last week righted the ship, and it's now sitting on an underwater platform. But before engineers can try getting it to float again, defense lawyers are asking crews to examine it for evidence. Trace Gallagher with the news tonight. Trace, what are defense attorneys looking for here?